Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Stranded Survivors. My name is Matt. I'm one of your co-hosts.
My name is Jarek. I'm a co-host of the Stranded Survivors podcast. And today, yes, we are talking about Ark again. So for all you people who've been complaining and whining, no, I'm just kidding. For all you people that have been looking forward to Ark, we're going to be talking about it a little bit here today. So make sure you guys listen for that.
Yes, sir. Stay tuned for more. So, Jericho, how you been this week?
Good, man. I felt like I had a lot to say. But I totally forgot and it blanked my mind. But no, I'm doing good, man. I've been playing some COD, and actually, to a very surprising thing, as a contrary to what I said last episode, I actually started playing Ark again.
Hey, how has that been? Tell me all about it.
Okay, do you actually? I'll tell you a short version, okay? Because there's a little too much for me to say, and I might start getting mad. I might start rage quitting if I continue to say everything. Okay. So I got on the PvP server. We are on Scorched Earth, which is absolutely ridiculous, by the way, because there's heat, there's everything. Like, dude, you just die all the time. Stupid. Actually, so stupid. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. So
Love Scorched Earth.
I was like, you know what, Matt? I'm gonna surprise everybody, right? I'm gonna be on the server, and then I'm just gonna like randomly pop up with a huge base, right? And like nobody knew I was there because I was like, I'm gonna be a secret guy. And well, it took me about 3 hours to tame an RG. Okay.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
because one, to level up, that was the longest time, but two, like it was just not going good. Okay. Every single time I actually approximately knocked out 4 to 5 level 100 plus RGs, and they all died to some sort of animal.
Oh,
So I finally got one, blah, blah, blah. I'm living my life. I get to my base. I find my base location, going to where I need to go. Got my RG. What do I look for next? An Anki, berry getter, and metal gatherer, right? Genius. Okay.
right.
Okay. Let me tell you this. One, it took forever to find one, but two, same thing happened. About 3 of them died to all different types of stupid animals that I would leave for 10 seconds to go get something, and then it would die, right? Well, lovely enough. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. So lovely enough. I'm getting my Yankee, doing whatever, trying to find one. And I'm flying back because I lost it. Oh, yeah. Sorry. There's so many stories to this. Found an Yankee, put it in the cave system that I was building in. Okay.
Okay.
And then went to make sure there was nothing on the outside of the cave that could come in, right? Like I don't want
Right.
it to die. I turned back around. It instantly disappeared.
What?
Yep, because it was in the cave system and it's not supposed to be there or whatever.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So I was mad. So then I'm looking
Right.
more. And on my flight back from this next trip, I'm used to playing more of like like a little boosted more than what we have on our server.
Right.
And so the stamina is not great. So I lost stamina midair, okay? On the RG. My only
Oh,
RG, by the way, that I took forever. Yeah, good times, right? Like
only RG.
sometimes you get lucky, right? You get lucky and it's like, okay, you just land in a good spot. And I was like, okay. So I'm like, okay, hopefully I get lucky. You know how lucky I was, Matt?
How lucky.
2 rock elementals. Okay. Start chucking rocks
No.
at me. Okay. And while I'm in the air, because you know how like it does that glitch where you can't land?
Yeah.
Okay. So it did that glitch where you couldn't land. So what it and it's like then eventually it barely started slowing, like going down a little bit, but it's getting hit by rocks. So what's your only logical option other than to keep getting hit by these rocks and like floating down?
Bail and whistle.
Bail and whistle. Correct, Matt. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Okay. That's exactly what I
Okay.
did. And it took 1 rock and I got cooked. Instantly. It
Oh.
had aimbot. So then, while this is going on, I'm pissed because I'm like, bro, it took me forever to tame this RG. I'm like literally mad. Okay. And so that happened. And then I'm watching competitive Call of Duty and I like the LA Thieves. Okay. And
Yep.
they're a super team, right? They're supposed to win every single time. They have not won yet. It's
Right.
only Major 2, but either
It was
way.
a rough season for them.
And they got 4th place finish and they're projected to get first this time, right? Like they literally lost like 2 maps the whole during online event. Okay. So they lose and blah blah blah. So they're playing, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna watch this, and hopefully it's better, right? Matt, when I rage quit Arc to go do that, LA Thieves then lost, and I
Then
get,
you're to
and
rage
I'm
quit your show.
and I'm like the same as you of like, like you're like a Packers fan and you probably get mad when they lose, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how it is
Not
for me
mad, but
in
I get bent out
Call
of
of
shape.
Duty. Yeah, I get bent out of shape and mad. I get mad. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? So they were playing, but I was mad at Ark. So what did my very logical self decide to do? What do you think I decided to do?
Get right back on the game.
Decided to play Call of Duty.
Oh man, that is the worst game to play when you are already frustrated.
So I'm already frustrated. I go in a game of rank play, and of course I'm paying attention because it's a close game for the thieves. And while I'm playing the game, I'm watching that. So what am I doing? Sucking at Call of Duty. Okay. So then I'm mad. I'm even more mad. And then my team loses. It was bad time. It was a bad time.
That was a bad time.
But yeah, there's a bunch of other arc stories. Like I'll just say, yeah, I'll give that some light maybe a little bit later because I've been talking here for probably like 5 minutes. So, but how are you doing?
Man, I'm pretty good. Can't complain too much. The semester for college starting to wind down a little bit. We're a little more than halfway through, so getting to all the, like mid some not, past midterms, but it's getting to be exam season, but not quite final exams. So you're in that like awkward where everything's starting to happen. I had to sign up for classes for grad school today, and the university was basically like, check in with your advisor. So I go to check in with my advisor, and my advisor says, well, you're a big boy now. You're going to grad school, so I'm not your advisor anymore, but I'm going to CC you on an email and get you a new advisor. So my advisor like passes the torch to this new one, who then proceeds to tell me you have to sign up for classes at 1:30 p.m. today, and your new advisor will be assigned to you the week
What?
before classes in August.
What?
I was like, but I don't do this. I'm not a social work major. This is new to me. So I have no clue what I'm doing. And she printed me out this little like sheet and emailed it to me. And it's basically like coaches you through what classes I need to take and which one
Okay.
times they're offered. So like she helped me out there, but it's basically a whole lot of here's the resources, figure it out yourself. And that's stressful.
Yeah, that is
But
wild.
I, I'm gonna keep my family drama cards close to my chest because you never know who's going to end up listening. But
Yep.
I have a conundrum going on of,
Ooh.
you get X amount of tickets to take to graduation, and
Oh.
my family history a little bit.
Yep.
How things tick. So I'm like
Yep.
in this really awkward spot of I don't know who to invite to my graduation, and feelings are going to get
Yeah.
hurt one way or the other.
Well, if my advice to you, I mean, one, feelings are going to get hurt no matter what. But two, you probably feel different than I would, and probably I'd feel different if I had kids, okay? But I would
Right.
not. I don't know if you would. I mean, I don't know if your kids would, I guess, be there, but I would potentially not have your kids there, and then potentially, depending on who the person is, okay, you'd be like, "Hey, I would love to invite you, but can you watch our kids instead?" I don't know. I don't know if that's bad. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, because then one, it opens spots if you don't have your kids there, but maybe you want your kids there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that was my idea.
Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely get where you're coming from. I am going to for sure invite my kids because it's a
Okay.
big thing and I want them to be there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I did things really backwards as far as the way people normally do college stuff. I literally,
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know, I went 95% of the way through the teaching program, passed my licensing exam, got into teaching, and then was like, this is awful. Kids are crazy and feral, and decided I didn't want to do it anymore. So I restarted and did it all over again. And it's been a crazy journey, but I'm finally here and, it's exciting. So that's a lot of rambling on to say, like, it's stressful. Graduation's coming up and
Yeah.
it's stressful.
Yep. I
But
understand that.
put Arc. So I am currently downloading the mods to get into the server,
You're
and
not.
yeah, yeah,
Matt, are you serious?
I'm dead serious as we speak. It's not going as quickly as I would like. It's starting to get I'm getting a little impatient, but we're gonna get there. So eventually, I'm gonna be on the server. I'm gonna find me a little hidey hole, and I'm gonna start wreaking some havoc and being a degenerate.
Well, man, there's a lot to unpack there because the first thing I'm going to say is one, I tamed some wolves on the PvP, or I tamed, yeah, 2 wolves. And I said to Equifox, I said, actually, I'm going to name one of them Matt so he's here with us in spirit. And nobody thought you were going to join us, by the way. This is actually groundbreaking news for everybody.
What? They had no faith in me?
Nobody had faith in you at all. Not even me, I'm sorry.
What? You are all a bunch of monsters. How come?
Well, one, it was PvP.
Okay, fair enough. Strike one.
And two, we also both stated we were not going to be on Ark until Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's true, but the PvP is different because that's one that I can like come and go, and I don't have to get too attached to anything, and you know, it's okay. It's gonna be a thing, and it's gonna hold me over, and it'll scratch the itch because Kingdom Come and Call of Duty are still like my number one games right now. So
Yeah.
Ark is
That's
working its
fair.
way in there. I'm just working my
That's
way
fair.
up.
Well, funny enough, Will said, let's be honest, did Matt even have faith?
Absolutely not. I never
Uh,
have faith in myself. So yeah, you know what? I talk a big game when it comes to trying PvP, but normally I don't commit. But we're committing this time. We're gonna see how well it goes, and I'm calling it right now. And maybe I shouldn't even say it out loud because I'm gonna speak it into fruition. But I am going to probably be target number one because nobody thought I was gonna join. Now here I am. Now everyone's gonna try to hunt me down and pick me off right off the bat, kick me right out.
yeah, man. Oh, dude, I got so many stories. I'm going to save a lot of those till the end because we haven't even gotten into like the meat and potatoes of everything we're going to talk about yet. So
Let's
I'll try to
go.
save some of that for later on, unless this is just going to be a story time episode. But I feel like I gotta like what we gotta say is very important because all the art community's talking about it.
Yeah, we got some really big stuff that went down in the art community that I want to talk about because there's some stuff that I'm actually quite frustrated with that I want to go
Yep,
on.
yep, I agree. And you know, you really quickly can do the dossier if you want first, and then we do have to do questions still. I feel like that's got to stay in the front, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the dossier, like Jericho had mentioned, the PvP server is on Scorched Earth. And if we're on Scorched Earth, I gotta talk about the Jerboa. So this dossier is dedicated to that. The
Ooh.
Renapelia amplexus from an unknown time period. It's an herbivore that's a little bit cowardly, but it's okay, me too. Um,
Hmm.
Wild. Scientifically speaking, Renapela amplexus is an adorable little fuzzball, and I just want to hug it forever. Unfortunately, being harmless and lovable is inadequate as a defense mechanism in this wasteland, and that means Renapela is at the bottom of the food chain. It's an easy meal for predators and survivors alike, the latter of whom also value its hide. The locals refer to Renapela as a jerboa, but while it does look similar in some ways, it is clearly unrelated. The fact that it does not hop is a dead giveaway. In fact, while Renapila generally fits Cladglira, into the Cladeglirus, that's a fun word, it seems to share traits with both rodents and lagomorphs. Domesticated, in addition to being the cutest little companion in the desert. No, see, that's important. The cutest companion in the desert because otters aren't there. Hours of close study and/or cuddling have taught me that Renapila has an instinctive understanding of this land's weather patterns. When the weather's about to change, Renapila will suddenly start behaving differently. So taming it does have practical uses that can justify its perch upon one's shoulders. Not that I need justification, but I'll take whatever excuse I can get. Love, Helena.
Helen, yeah, man, the gerbo is actually very useful, especially because like it gives you, you know, when like sandstorms are gonna happen in Scorch or like any other storms are gonna happen, it will like warn you with this little thing. So that's always like been the biggest thing, and I feel like you always got to keep a gerbo on you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It makes this little audible noise. So you'll hear like the little chittering sound that'll let you know that a storm is about to come. That'll give you time to maybe set up a tent or get indoors or whatever you need to do to get yourself out of the elements. Like I mentioned, they don't do much in the way of combat. They've got really low health. They've got pretty low melee damage. They're not putting out much damage at all. They're pretty slow as far as movement speed goes. They don't swim very like too fast. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
not a lot going on there aside from companion and weather like notifications,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
but
I agree
still
with that.
like it's worthy. You know what I mean? Because if you have a breeder or somebody who likes breeding, somebody that likes shoulder pets, any of that stuff, they have such a high rate of breeding, and their
Yep.
gestation period is pretty low, so they're really easy to breed out mutations, and then you get some really cool color combinations. So aesthetically speaking and companionship wise, I love the Jerboa.
Yeah, I agree. Will makes a good point here, though. Downside to Jerboa in PvP is the fact that it constantly chirps. If you're trying to be a little
Oh, that's
sneaky, man,
true.
good luck.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't think about it like that, but that noise would be a dead giveaway. But I mean, also you're in the middle of a desert, so maybe if you're in an
Yeah,
area where a Jerboa would make sense, maybe they wouldn't think too much about it.
that is also true. Um, yeah. No, there's a lot. There's a lot. I can't wait to tell some of the stories later about everything. But the one thing I will mention really quick, Matt, is they were having a very small, about 2 minute argument about who the better podcast host was. And then you want to know what? Ninja had the best thing in the whole thing. By the way, it was Tornado trying to start this conversation as he does all the time. Okay.
Tornado,
And
you're a little pot stirrer.
yeah, he is. I got something about him too. It's actually kind of funny with the server. There's a lot I have about the server because I've been playing and chatting. But
Yeah.
so they were arguing. They were talking about that, and then Ninja was like, actually, they're not Jericho's better or not Matt's better. They're better together.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
how
true.
nice. But yeah,
Yeah, we do our best playing off of each other. It's hard to do a podcast by yourself.
yeah,
That literally, you feel like such a crazy person when you do a podcast by yourself.
yeah. People are wild that can do that. No way.
Yeah, shout out to all the variety streamers, like the streamers that start off with low amounts of viewers, so you're literally just talking to yourself in the camera. Like that's got to be painful, and shout out to you for doing that.
For sure. Well, let's get into the comments, and then we'll get into the major arc things that we want to get into.
Yeah.
Lachlan, hi guys, love the episode. Will's daughter better
Oh,
get her wishes or else. Do I make
or
a Discord
else.
account?
Yes, of course. Why
Yes.
is that a question?
Oh, yeah, exactly. No, right now you need to join the Discord. I'm
You
like
you have to join it
not asking
yesterday.
anymore. Yep, not
Yeah,
asking.
we're politely telling now.
Equal Fox, happy birthday, Maddie. What's Blockbuster? That question got me shook.
Oh, oh, you see, I was born in the 1900s, so back in my day, when you wanted to rent a video game, you had to go to Blockbuster. It was like Family Video, but older. I don't know. You walk in and there's literally like a display case with hundreds of DVDs and all the video games to the current consoles. And it was back when like N64, PlayStation 1, all the rage, all the big stuff. And you'd have to go in and pull the cartridge out, go up to the register, and you would rent it by night. You could rent it for 1 night, 3 nights, 7 nights, and it was kind of like a red box, but you got
Yeah.
video games, and
And
it was a
then
whole store.
Equal Fox finishes off by that question. Whatever. Sorry, that question got me shook. I was so flummoxed or something. I don't know, flummoxed. I don't know that I stood up from my seat. While my socks did not fly off, I did indeed take off my shoes and proceeded to hurl my socks at the wall at terminal velocity. Okay.
I'm sorry to
As for the,
elicit such a response.
as for the Discord, in the Discord, I'm an agent of chaos, and I will instigate and escalate all the drama. PvP, but when it's a whole server against a tribe or against an elephant tribe, the people versus Boogles, I'm always listening till the end, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, free wyverns to beach bubs.
Yeah. Uh, what is it? You know, Equifox says the people versus Boogles. You want to know the funny story about that, though?
Yeah, I do.
Equifox is with Boogles in a tribe. And
Equifox.
and fair warning, I'm with Boogles too. Boogles
Oh
picked
my
me up from the
goodness.
streets once I lost my Archie.
You used to run the streets and now you're letting Boogles domesticate you like the cattle you
Yeah.
are?
Well, Equifox likes to play prank, but we're gonna continue going. I'll say that later.
Oh God, okay.
Sorry, there's a lot, but I'd like to. Sorry, Joe says I'd like to think the reason Charizard couldn't fly, not because he wasn't not able to, but because he was just a sassy jerk. Like in the show, Charizard never listened to Ash and would never do what he said. Just a big toddler that does what he wants.
You know, that begs the question though of like, was Charizard just such a freaking high level that Ash didn't have enough badges?
Ooh, that is a good
Or
question.
was Charizard just a butthead? Both of which are
I
equally
think it's
possible.
both.
Yeah, both is the correct answer.
Yep, 100%. Tyler, hey, sorry, been busy and not been able to listen to the podcast, but I actually
That's okay.
do not type that much in school. And also, thank you guys for giving me your favorite caving creatures because it really helps. And you guys have it. I hope you guys have a great day. And I have to catch up. I just finished the Ark is boring episode, but I'll try to catch up again and have a great day. And you are allowed over 400 letters on Spotify for a reason. May God bless your lives. And thank you for doing this podcast.
Hey, look at you go, Tyler. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Glad
We
you're catching
appreciate
up.
you. You're
Yeah.
catching up, staying on top of things. I see you.
Yeah. I see you. I see you too. But yeah, no, thank you. And no problem. We enjoy doing the podcast.
Yeah. We live to serve.
Knife. Happy birthday, Maddie, and great Ramblethon. I'm slipping. This is the second week in a row I missed the live listening. I'll do better.
Third week by my eyes.
Maybe I need glasses.
Well, I mean, he's not here right now, so that would make it the third, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I need glasses unless he's just like here in spirit or something. Yeah, nope.
Oh.
I'm calling you out, Knife.
Well, you
Sorry.
know what? Do better, Knife. You're better than that.
Jasper, great episode. Jasper commented again. Okay. By the way, Jasper, are you in the Discord? I want to know who you are. Because I feel like you're in the Discord, but I could be wrong.
I feel like you are too. You got to sound off and let us know who you are because the anonymity is killing me.
Great episode. Happy birthday, Maddie. I would try to make the live one day. The live one day. The live one day. And I'm trying to join the Discord thing, you guys. Oh, see? He's trying to join. Wait. Oh, I wonder. Okay. Yes, join. Make sure you join.
Yeah, please do.
Will, who's also in the live chat here,
Woo.
said, "This is Maddie. This is what Maddie said. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I had a good birthday, but didn't get a DS. What?
What is this, Will? Will, okay. Order in
Yes,
the
Will.
court. Order in the court. Cue the Law and Order noise. Dun dun.
And then Will said, Matt, hope you had a great getaway weekend. Jericho, if you want to start streaming, I'm willing to lend my 3 years of experience. Yeah, I'll have to let you know. Will says those were $300. He's not. Yep.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. We did have a good weekend getaway, and you know, why not? Why lose the momentum? We're having another one this upcoming weekend. I forgot to tell you, I am surprising my wife, and she doesn't listen, so I can say it. It's okay. She's not going to hear. But I got her tickets to the Boston Bruins Detroit Red Wings game because she's never been to an NHL game, and she's a huge Bruins fan.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's coming up this weekend. Speaking of weekend getaways.
That's awesome, man. That'll be fun.
For sure.
That'd be a good time, man.
Yeah. Sorry, sidetracked.
Okay. And then the thing was, did you wish Maddie a happy birthday? All 100% yes.
Let's go. Good community.
Yep. Okay, Matt, we got to get into it. We've been rambling on here for about 25 minutes now. Or 20-ish minutes. The meat and potatoes, the big thing. First off, do we go straight into like the hardcore topic, or do we do the side one?
Let's do the side one first because we've been on such a tangent to begin with. We might as well tangent into the main, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Ark, Lost Colony, one of the chronic chronological, you know what I'm talking about at this point. I don't know how to speak. Maps, they actually just released a little video about it recently, and I think it's going to be, I mean, I could be wrong. I think it's going to be $30.
$30.
Yep.
Pokey pokey. That's
Um,
expensive. I got to see
yeah.
footage of it first because I mean I'm willing to pay for good quality product, but I got to see the product first. You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh,
Breaking
let me
Bad
see.
rules.
Okay. Yep, it'll be $30, making it a one game expansion. Yep.
Okay, I'm here for it. I'd like to see footage of it, and once I see some real gameplay, then I'll reserve my judgment. Then you know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I understand that. But yeah, no, Lost Colony coming out. That's kind of, the one of the bigger things that people were excited to kind of get that news. They're hoping, I think November-ish is what I think they're shooting for, but in pre-orders, I think open in like June. Um, to
Okay.
order everything. But yeah. Wait, sorry. Ragnarok will be releasing April for those. Okay, yeah. But yeah. So, but if you're not a fan of everything, Ragnarok is free.
Let's
So
go. And Ragnarok is amazing to begin with.
yeah, Matt. I mean, you said you're gonna do Arc or start an Arc again. All you got is a week. Ragnarok should it's at the end of April, isn't it?
I was gonna say, let's be real. They say it's gonna drop in April, which means they're gonna really mean like an April, I don't know, like 20th soft launch, and then that's really gonna be April 26th, which is gonna get delayed till the 28th, and then it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Well, that was a quick little thing, and now to the main topic. We love AI around here, right?
In with a dot 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 asterisk.
Well, Arc Aquatica 10-year anniversary, right?
Ugh.
Yes, awesome. Okay. That's Arc's new map that's going to be released only for Survival Evolved, not Survival
Ugh.
Ascended. Okay, first off. And also to that statement, I would like to say that the trailer was horrible.
Yeah, that was some AI generated nightmare of a trailer.
Yes,
What's up with
terrible.
that? Like what was the marketing decision there? I work in marketing a little bit, that's like part of my role. And as a marketing person, I don't understand that play.
No. And, like just watching that, and I'm like, dude, it's a 10-year anniversary. One, why is it not free?
Yeah, yeah, like thanks for playing for 10 whole years, even though, we promised Arc 2 and even though ASA is out, like those people that are still sticking true to ASE, they should really be thrown a bone just for being there, you know what I mean?
Yep, I agree. No, it's actually like I'm dead honestly, like, we normally do like we're normally just pretty chill and whatever. But dude, this is like very frustrating.
Yeah, and it's coming from Snail Games, not Wildcard, correct?
It Yeah, I mean they haven't like you said, they really haven't claimed it. I guess like, you know what I mean? Like it's because they still have to say they're doing it, you know what I mean? Like because I mean they're part of that theme.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I haven't seen them, normally they're proud of the products coming out and they put their stamp on it and they're happy to be a part of it, but it just seems like Wildcard is sort of dodging the publicity for this so far.
Yeah, so like what Will said for people that are kind of wondering, the Snail dev team said they had no idea what the marketing team was going to do. They also are claiming that it was an accident. Wildcard has said they have no part of this map. You are right in that actually then.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
so
wild?
that is wild and that is concerning to me because again, if it was going to be a good product, I feel like you would want to put your name on it.
Yep. But well, one is this becoming the beginning of the end, right? Like do we understand that this could mean that like Arc or Wildcard doesn't want to be with them, which we kind of probably already knew. But like if this all fails, it could be bad.
100%, yes. Yeah, it really could be. I don't know. I just saw a thing the other day that was a like a relatively new news article that had been talking about how Arc 2 is still a thing and they're,
Yep.
doubling down on the fact that it's
Yep.
still coming out. So I don't know, man. I feel like they're putting all their eggs in one basket here and I'm just hoping we make it to Arc 2. You know what I mean? You got to make good business
Yep.
choices to make it that far and I'm hoping this is going to be what steers them in the correct direction, but the AI generated stuff just scares me, man. It's the wrong direction. I don't know of anybody in the gaming community that is like, heck yeah, let's go a more AI generated route.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. It is very scary to see that, the marketing team, I mean, and the people that make it or Snail are not on the same page. Like,
Yes and no, because I mean, those are two very different departments, and for all we know, in the digital age, maybe one of them is in Los Angeles and one of them is in like Santa Fe or something like that. You know what I mean? It's very possible that those teams don't ever cross over, but they should at least be, communicating via email and Zoom and stuff like that at least.
I don't think there's no excuse. Like, I understand your reasoning there, but to me, to be able to, like you said, I understand people are far apart and they may not communicate as much, or, like as the other people, but like your people are those are the people that promote your game. Like, it's literally you. They're part of your company. Why is there not enough communication? Like, that is bad communication.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, if you were making a game and then I was what is it? And I was your social media person, and then I release this. What would bro, like, what would you be doing? You know what I'm saying?
I would have three choice words with you, and they wouldn't be water the flowers.
Yeah, you are fired. You are fired. That's your 3 words right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be very happy with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like this definitely needs to be taken seriously as a wake-up call for them because if they
Yep.
continue to pour out AI generated, you know, advertisements and commercials and things like that, it is just going to speak volumes to what else are you doing in this DLC that is AI generated? That's what I now want to know. My brain immediately goes to the like, oh, gee whiz, where else are they cutting corners?
Yeah, I actually agree. And then also, Will was saying that Savala made a post on X that they didn't claim it at all. And
Hmm.
then Will also said, "Don't forget they hired someone for 70 to 100K to do that trailer, I believe."
To do it through what? To literally sit there and type into an
No.
AI generator?
No.
I'm
Oh
in the
no.
wrong line of work, my guy.
Dude, me too, man. Oh man. But no,
Holy
man.
cow.
So far it looks like we're in the wrong direction. And man, it just seems to me, like I said, people are not on the same page. Like, yeah, they're still saying they're committed to Arc 2, which is awesome, but man, I don't know. It's just very sad. I'm looking forward to things, and it's just hard to look forward to things, and like we're also being lied to in effect. Like, I hope you know that they told us, like they literally told us, Matt. I promise you that they told us ASC was shutting down and they're going to be doing nothing with.
Yeah, I mean, what is the play here? Is it yeah, the only thing I can think of is that this is a desperate, not desperate, desperate's an unkind word. I'm not going to use that word, but it's like a far-reaching attempt to try to bleed a little bit more money out of the ASE community. You know what I mean? A community that has already bought 5 million DLCs and paid into all the things, and it seems like they're trying to bleed them just one more time before they shut it down.
Mhm. And I mean, the community's still divided. I don't know if you know that. Even with all these maps coming out, I mean, there's still just a little bit, but like even with all these things coming out, the community still is like ASC, ASA have the same numbers.
Really?
Yep.
And I think that, part of me says that the people that are playing ASE still don't, they don't want to stop because they like ASE that much. The other part of me says that they're holding out for Arc 2 and, why invest in ASA if Arc 2 is coming out soon, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, it's interesting to hear that the community is that divided. I would not have expected that. I would have expected it to me be more like 70% ASA, 30% ASE.
Yeah. It's actually been like this ever since the beginning almost.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It's actually crazy. But yeah, man, I don't know. Very frustrating. A lot of creators actually, like even Raz and all them are very frustrated. And I mean, you already know this, but I mean, I'm assuming you know this actually. Nettie's done with Arc, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bigger fish to fry.
Yep. And I mean, I feel like it sucks because like, dude, everyone was looking forward to his movie, that he was making for Ark, and like you had stuff in it, right?
Yeah, I was hoping to work with him, but I hadn't heard from him in a while on that. But I mean, it makes sense if he's backing out of the art game. That would be why we stopped communicating about it.
Yep. And he actually like said that every single Ark thing he's cutting it off. Like no
That's
matter what
really
he had planned.
It's really disappointing because I know that he and his team had poured their heart and soul into that Arc movie already, and they were making really good progress on it. And the storyboards they were coming up with it, and you could tell that they really cared about the project. So it's sad to hear that
Yep.
they're doing that. But I mean, it's what's best for the business and what's best for the company, I'm sure. And at the end of the day, that's what he's trying to do is breed a successful business.
Yeah. So it's just sad, man. We've seen a lot of creators come and go through the art community, and I don't know. It just sucks because we're going in, I feel like, a bad direction at the moment. I'm hoping they can fix it, but it's like such a bad direction, and I just hope we don't lose more creators because of it.
Yeah, I'm hopeful for the very same thing. And I don't want to sound like that guy, but creators are, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I'm not trying to come across as abrasive, but content creators are kind of one of those things that if one moves on to the next thing, somebody else is going to fill their shoes pretty quickly. And, it won't be the same thing. They won't do the exact same stuff, but there's always going to be the next streamer that's going to fill in and step up. So I feel like even as these content creators are moving on to bigger and other projects, I think we're going to see some new people step up and fill the shoes, and the community will continue to live on through them in different ways. I feel like their legacy will live on, kind of like how, Eminem, Dr. Dre, you can still see it in today's hip hop, but the legacy lives on.
Well, it's funny that you say that. Well, one, I'm going to read what Will said. Will said, a hard life lesson to learn. When you load too much on your plate, eventually the plate breaks and you drop everything.
Ooh, good point.
Yep.
Worst
And
part about a buffet.
Dan said, never a truer word spoken. um, But yeah, man, I don't know. It's just yeah, like you said though, there are people that fill those roles. Like even Nettie hasn't been doing the like his big videos that got him viral from Arc for a while,
Yeah,
like the story to ones. And he actually even in his video when he said that he was quitting Arc, he actually shouted out a creator who does that and
really.
says, "Hey, go watch them. Like they're doing it awesome." So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that he's sort of passing the torch, so to say.
Yeah, which is nice because hopefully it gets that person a little more recognition too.
Very much so true.
But yeah, but no, I like you said, I agree. People will fill those roles, but and maybe it's not to the same capacity, or maybe it's even to a better capacity for all we know.
Right. Yeah, there's always going to be the next guy, the next thing, the next gal.
Yeah, officially patch a torch as long as people keep in mind that this creator is doing things their way, not a netted junior.
Mm. And that's the hardest part, you know what I mean? You see the connections, you see the crossovers, and it's really hard not to automatically compare,
Yeah,
but it's important. It's important not to.
I agree. But yeah, man, that was like I don't know. That was the most frustrating part. Is just the AI generator stuff. It just felt like it was done half butt.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. And I just think AI has no business. AI just has no business in the video game industry. It's got its uses, it has its niches, but
Yep.
maybe I'm just an old man, but I just feel like it's got nothing.
No, I mean I agree, man. I mean, yeah, no, it did not. It was not good, and people did not take to it well. So hopefully they learn from that.
I hope so, but we've seen a little bit of evolution and growth in the way they, manage the community and the way they're interacting with the people and stuff like that throughout the past year. I personally think that we've seen a little bit better growth in communication comparatively to what we were talking about in like season one and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping that this is just a hiccup and a miscommunication between the marketing and the production team, and I'm hoping that we're going to get back to it so that way we don't see any more negativity.
That's kind of cool. Sorry, I was looking at something else I got stuck on.
No, you're good.
So something that I just X or Twitter was somebody went through Minecraft and made Arc maps.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty interesting. I would like to see that.
Yeah. Ooh, and see, Raz had to post about something. Need to clear up the hyperbole or whatever after it's spreading around. I'm not quitting Arc. Never said I would. I'm just streaming other games for now. Raz said that, by the way, one of our biggest art creators that we have.
Yeah. And you know what? I can totally relate to that. You got to mix it up. You got to take a break. It gets a little burnt out and stale every now and then, and there's no shame in that.
And he said, I'm just streaming other games. I have been streaming Arc exclusively for a long time, but I will not support Aquatica. I won't buy it. I won't play it. Please hold me to that. I love Arc and Wildcard and their passion to deliver a franchise that they share in wonder and excitement as each chapter unfolds, entertaining countless hours for hundreds of thousands of players. Having met with Wildcard in the time and championing. I'm saying that wrong. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. They've gave me back. I can easily say there's no one more passionate about the game than the staff. Each and every one of them I've met or spoke to are most awesome, down to earth geeks that want to entertain us geeks with one of the most creative IPs out there. And this is why I care so much about the Aquatica news. Why I'm so angry about this news, because they deserve better. Arc deserves better. You deserve better. We've got a sometimes intense but loyally passionate community that I'm certain we can use to some good and rally and speaking what can't be said. And yeah, I had a brand change. It was convenient and capitalizing timing on something we've been planning for months. Anyway, here's to playing great games. Here's to sharing great games and the stuff you love.
Amen.
Oh, look at the top one right here. Who do you think the top comment is on my thing?
Hell Hydra?
Will the Thrill.
Woo!
Please, and Will said on Raz's post, please do not cover any news on Aquatica. Even bad publicity is still publicity.
You know what? You are a wise man, sir.
And Raz answered, there's no way. I can't pretend it doesn't exist, mate, as much as I don't want it to.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong, but that doesn't mean he has to give it publicity and talk about it. It can exist and be the weird cousin you don't mention.
Yeah. By the way, I know this is like I'm just going crazy everywhere here, but Hail Hydra didn't comment, and I'm sad.
Hell Hydra, you are grounded. Go to your room.
Yep.
Are you okay, bud? We're just checking in.
Yeah, we are checking in. You know who else you know who I had to check in the other day?
Who?
Exodia.
Exodia. Yeah, where's he been, man?
He's been just busy, he said, man.
Fair
And
enough.
he's
Fair
gonna
enough.
try to, listen back to the podcast and whatever, but he's just been busy. He said life's been busy.
You know, it gets like that sometimes, so I totally understand. No judgment there.
Yeah. And then also about the Minecraft thing, Dan said, I bet the center was a pain to create on Minecraft.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that it was.
Okay. Sorry, I'm literally going everywhere here. But so I want to go to, what I was talking about earlier, some of the fun things that we talked about. And the things I said I was going to announce, / like talk about on here, right?
Yeah.
So first off, I joined Boogle's tribe. Okay. Equal Foxes in the tribe. And blah blah blah. I wake up after my first night of peacefully finally in a base with some RGs and different teams. Why did I wake up with slippers? Water, slippers, scuba, slippers on me.
Water slippers, he calls the. You mean flippers?
Flippers. Yep.
Did you just call scuba flippers water
Okay,
slippers?
man. Okay, I forgot the name. Okay.
Water slippers?
I forgot the name, bro. You put them in the water, dog. Okay.
Water slippers?
Yes, bro.
Okay, please continue. I can't.
Okay. And this was all Equifox's fault. So I was walking around slow on the base. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And
Equifox and
then
her freaking water slippers.
Equifox, okay, thought it was what was they were talking about the other day? Oh, Equifox tried to give my body to the enemy as a sacrifice.
As a sacrifice.
What is going on? Why am I getting treated like this coming back dark?
Like a piece of meat.
Yes. What the heck? I'm getting harassed by my own community.
My own community's been victimized.
Yeah. So that, and then, so we were talking about Tornado, okay, a little bit earlier. You know how like he likes to cause a scene, right?
Yeah, ruckus
Well,
maker.
well, here are the funniest things. Okay, he likes to cause a scene. So what did he do? He was gonna be a double agent for Boogles and spy on Drew's tribe.
What? Called out
Yeah,
in 4K.
called out, right? But then guess what, Matt?
What?
Drew said, "No, you should be a double agent for me and play both sides." And guess what? Now nobody trusts Tornado and he's by himself.
Oh man, yeah, you dipped your toes in too many places there, buddy.
So that was funny. So now, and then he was in the chat the other day. He died a bunch of times, and he's like, "Can somebody please? I won't do anything, please."
Please, someone help.
Yeah,
I promise I'm not a triple agent this time.
that was funny. But and then dude, I don't even remember. Oh, and then Drew, what is it? Drew thought he was hilarious, on the fact of, he was shooting all the tames yesterday and killing them,
Monster.
or the other day, whatever day it was, and then I was I got my RG because, by the way, that RG that I was crying about that I thought died when it landed, it didn't end up dying. Okay, somehow. Okay, the ones that got
Yay.
attacked by 2 rock elementals. So I went and got it, and then Drew was quiet, and apparently when Drew goes quiet, that means he's doing something. Okay, so if you're ever in a chat with him and that's happens, be careful.
Okay.
And so Drew, next thing I know, I get the base, and Boogles is like, "Drew, why are you so quiet?" And he goes, "Oh, I've been waiting for Jericho at all the drops because he's." He was trying to, dude. He was trying to get me. He goes, "All I was gonna do was kill your RG," and I'm like, "Bro, the one I just got back, Drew." Yeah.
What a
So Drew's a
menace. I love
savage.
it.
Drew's a savage. He sounds like what you're gonna do. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely am gonna do some hit and run ninja stuff.
Yeah. And then, um, so he was doing that, and then it's funny because he tried to do something. He tried to like pick someone or something, and then he got shot by the turrets. So his bird was one shot. He shot that bird down. Goodbye, Drew. Also, Drew doesn't carry
Snipe.
parachutes.
Drew,
Yeah.
how are you gonna not carry a parachute?
Yep. And then I would say the last story I got, sorry, it's all a bunch of stories. And I was told that I need to be doing story games now that I'm playing Ark again, is what I was told. Um, and what is it? I think the last thing I got is I went to go get a yellow drop that was a ring because people were telling me that you could like apparently someone got a like 700 damage shotgun out of it. Okay. I don't know how
What?
that's possible, but yeah. Um, so I seen it and I looked to my left. There's Drew. We were on the race to it, and I said, "Drew, you let me get that." I said, "You better leave." And then he goes, "Nope, this is mine." Then he lands down to go grab it. He gets attacked by about 30 Trudons. Okay, and he goes, "Never mind, you can have it." And then we're in a pick battle. We both suck a lot, actually, by the way, and nobody got picked. That's how bad we are.
Yay, look at you go.
But who came out on top? Me. And then he goes, I'll just let you have it. Said, thanks, Drew.
Gee whiz, you're the best, bud.
Oh my gosh.
That's too funny.
Will,
That's
that was not nice, by the way.
What do you do?
He posted in general chat a video of the scuba gear, scuba flippers. And he said, if you know, you know.
Your water slippers?
Scuba flippers.
I don't know. I like water slippers. They're forever going to be water slippers.
Mm.
Equifax and her dang water slippers.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's too funny. It sounds like you
Yeah.
guys are having a really good time, which is awesome.
Yeah, you'll have to join, man. It's actually is a bunch of fun. Even though I hate Scorched, but you know. It's a good time.
Scorched Earth isn't too bad once you get used to it and figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, man. That was yeah, that's all I got for you.
Well, heck yeah, man. I can't wait to get in there and start adding to the chaos.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Steer clear a tornado, though.
Yeah, be careful. He might try to join you.
I'm not trying to get quadruple agent.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, yeah, yep. So funny, Will. Makes it even funnier that she put water slippers on you on a desert.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's not even any water anywhere. I just realized that.
Yeah. Well, guys, if you listen till the end, I appreciate you all. But that's all I really got.
Yeah, I'm exhausted, man. That's really all I got as well.
But yeah,
Thanks for
hopefully,
tuning
yeah.
in.
I was gonna say, hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys join the Discord, and make sure that you guys join our PvP server, because that's always fun. It's been a good time over there. But yeah, survivors, keep on surviving. I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope you guys are happy that we did a little more art content today, and you guys will have to let us know what you guys think about this new AI or new trailer.
Boo. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, and have a great week. Make sure to join the Discord, comment, rate 5 stars, all that fun stuff. All right, Kay, love you. Bye.
Bye.